Federal government blames theft as Nigeria's 9 trillion naira oil revenue is threatened. IGP Alkali Baba raises alarm over plot to attack public facilities. Plus, European Union and 42 countries call on Russia to immediately withdraw its forces from the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant in southern Ukraine. We will bring you details of these stories and more in a moment. In July 2022, threatening the federal government's 9.37 trillion naira oil and gas revenue target. Strategy paper recently presented crude oil theft and high petrol subsidy cost. 22, Nigeria's production crashed to as low as 1.0, amounting to 28.4 million barrels of oil during the refineries outside Nigeria. We move now to the legislature, where the Senate Public Accounts Committee (SPA) that the fund's management failed to produce relevant documents to justify alleged spending of 17 by termites. Recall that the NSITF failed to submit its annual financial statements. Panel chaired by Senator Matthew Ugorinde, Edo South, had queried the agency over the disbursed sums without appropriate supporting document money transferred by the agency from its Sky and First Bank accounts into various untraceable accounts belonging to individuals and companies between January and December of 2013. We move now to security weapons and structures across the country. He ordered tight security surveillance on schools, hospitals, health facilities, and other Dejobi. The IG also charged all officers and men to be on the offensive by taking the fight against crime to the doorstep of suspected criminal elements, including bushes and uncompleted buildings. He said the policemen should profile them and charge those found wanting to court, emphasized in line with the policing theme of the Buhari-led administration. Ahead of the 2023 general elections, the social Nigerians to complete their voter registration. Serap made the call in a statement by its Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadare, warning that failure of the electoral body would attract legal action. According to the rights group, INEC recently disclosed that out of over 10 million Nigerians who carried out their pre-registration online, only a little over 3 million completed the process at a physical center. Serap believes that the right to vote is also the right to be given the time and opportunity to complete the registration process so that it can be effectively exercised. Addressing journalists in Dutse, the Executive Secretary, State Emergency Management Agency (SEMA), Sani Yusuf, said the flood destroyed thousands of homes in the state. Reports say some of the victims are drawn from Balangu village, where no fewer than 237 houses were destroyed, with 4 people reportedly dead. As part of the federal government's intervention, the minister said her mission to the state was based on President Muhammadu Buhari's directive to provide the necessary support. Ghana Zulum has commended the federal government for resettling over 80,000 persons displaced by the Boko Haram insurgency back to their ancestral homes, following the restoration of peace to some troubled communities in the state through the Victim Support Fund. Made the commendation at the commissioning of the completed perimeter fencing housing. The chairman of the VSF and former chief of army staff, Theophilus Danjuma, victims of terrorism and insurgency in accordance with the mandate of the fund. She stated that Danjuma, in line with his concern for the security of victims of insurgency and the Borno state, she urged the beneficiaries of the intervention, which is the Nigeria Police, to put the facility in proper use to improve their security operation. The Osun State Independent Electoral Commission has said local government election in the state will hold on October 15, 2022. Announcing the dates in Osogbo during, unlike the last local government poll held, which was indirect. In Lagos, to enhance transparency in traffic, LASMA personnel explaining the reason for the redeployment of the gadgets, the special advisor to the governor stated that the Babajide Sanwo-Olu-led administration has brought lots of technology management among many other benefits. fight to be bandits along the Okigwe-Enugu Expressway in Abia State. Nwadike, who is also the deputy. Reports say the kidnappers have made contact with the school demanding 50 billion ransom for his release. We move now to Africa, where dozens of Ivorian soldiers held in Mali and accused of being mercenaries have been charged with attempting to harm state security and remanded in custody. Malian judicial authorities said a Bamako prosecutor charged the soldiers with an attempt to undermine state security, but negotiations between Ivory Coast and Mali to obtain the release of the 49 soldiers is ongoing. Ivory Coast has denied the accusation and demanded the troops be released, saying there were reinforcements to the UN peacekeeping mission in Mali, MINUSMA. In Africa, floods triggered by seasonal torrential rains in Sudan have reportedly killed more than 50 people and rendered over 8,170 persons homeless since the rainy season started. The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs has said an estimated 38,000 people have been affected by heavy rainfall across the East African country. On the foreign scene, United States Congress members have met with Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen and other external forces. The five-member delegation arrived on Sunday, less than 2 weeks after the visit of U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Reports and Don Bayer and Auma Amata Coleman Redguan, adding that the visit confirms the presence of the American delegation in Taiwan, which has had an independent government since 1949, with Defense Ministry spokesperson. On development from the war in Ukraine, a joint statement from the European Union and 42 countries has called on the nation's nuclear watchdog, has warned that attacks on the plant risk a potential radiation leak. Ukraine says Russian forces are evacuating to the left bank of the Dnipro River in the southern Kherson region after Ukrainian strikes made a third key bridge in the area impassable. Meanwhile, heavy Russian shelling along the southern front line over the weekend resulted in casualties and infrastructure damage in Mykolaiv, Nikopol, from Ukraine to Ethiopia, and the United Nations says the ripple effect of the war in Ukraine will worsen food crisis. Still on the foreign scene, Russian President Vladimir counterpart Kim Jong-un on Pyongyang's Liberation Day. Putin said the move would be in both countries' interest. In turn, Kim said friendship between both nations had been forged in World War II with victory over Japan. He added that their comradely friendship would grow stronger. According to reports, still to come in the news. Nigeria, 3 others make second round of under-23 AFCON draw scheduled for Thursday, 18th August 2022. Do stay with us. On the business news, the Growth Initiatives for Fiscal Transparency Gift Nigeria has said the speedy passage of the Fiscal Responsibility Act (FRA) amendment bill before the National Assembly would ensure transparency and accountability in remittances by revenue-generating agencies. Executive Director Order Paper Nigeria Oke Epia, who stated this while speaking at a briefing in Abuja, said Nigeria is in fiscal crisis due to corruption in the oil sector, which he said could be addressed through the amendment of the Fiscal Responsibility Act. Revenue earnings and over 90%
Even the Fiscal Responsibility Commission, if it has
use this opportunity of these elections to push forward work for us, then we may have.
It desires to have sanctions.
What happens to you, the sanction, when you don't remit it, you obviously be conscious. We should be asking ourselves, what is it that is
Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has disbursed 75.9 billion naira loan to farmers between last November and December under the Anchor Borrowers Program (AB) and wheat during the year dry season, bringing the cumulative disbursements under the program to 927.94 billion naira to over 4.5 million smallholder farmers cultivating 21 commodities across the country. In the CBN report, the Apex Bank said excess output aggregated from the financed farmers will be released to the Nigeria Commodity Exchange (NCX) to help moderate the prices of food in the market. In addition, the Apex Bank disbursed 151.23 billion naira under the Real Sector Facility to 15 more projects in agriculture, manufacturing, mining, and services. The funds were utilized for greenfield and brownfield expansion projects under the COVID-19 Intervention for the Manufacturing Sector (TIMS) and the Real Sector Support Facility from Differentiated Cash Reserve Requirement (RSSF DCRR). In health, Nigeria's Center for Disease Control (NCDC) has refuted Marburg virus disease outbreak in Nigeria, reacting to reports of the alleged existence of the ailment at the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital Gwagwalada. The center on its Twitter handle stated that though no case of the disease had been reported in the country, measures such as heightened surveillance, diagnosis, and rapid restory, as a memo issued by the authorities to heads of departments, newsmen that there was no outbreak of the virus at the medical facility, clarifying that the memo in question originated from his unit and was addressed to him. In a related development, a group of experts convened by the World Health Organization (WHO) is renaming monkeypox variants to align with the virus and variations or clades with current best practices. The professionals agreed to name the clades using Roman numerals in geographic areas to avoid stigmatization. In addition, the version of the infection formerly known as Congo Basin is now addressed as Clade 1, while the viruses, related disease and variants should be given names to avoid offending cultural, social, national, regional, professional or ethnic groups and minimize any negative impact on trade, travel and tourism, or adding that anyone who wishes to submit a name suggestion could do so on their website. Drawn into the second round as the draw for the qualifiers of the Total Energies Under-23 Africa Cup of Nations, Under-23 Africa Cup of Nations Morocco 2023, scheduled for June 2023, which will serve as a qualifying tournament to the summer, automatically qualified as host to the final tournament. The remaining 38 teams will play the qualifiers. Thomas Tuchel has apologized to his players following their Premier League 2-2 draw, which could not get the result they deserved. The German watched as Tottenham drew against Chelsea at the Stamford. Next Premier League game is against Leeds United next Sunday. Sensation Temilade Thames Okpeniye has made music history yet again after breaking another record. Since she set out with her melodious track Try Me in 2019, Thames has continued to warm the heart of the world till she got Mauritius' attention a few years ago. Currently, the singer and songwriter is topping US Billboard Hot 100 chart as she becomes the first African artist to have 5 entries on the world chart, and Nigerian with the most entries. Still in entertainment, Nollywood actress Annie Idibia has reacted to reports that her husband and music icon Two-Face Idibia has impregnated another woman. She called the reports malicious, adding that the supposed banker has reportedly been pregnant since 2014. The mother of two made this known via her Instagram stories while reacting to the press statement Two-Face's management released about the alleged pregnancy reports. The music star's management advised the public to disregard the rumors. It would be recalled that Two-Face Idibia apologized to his wife, kids, family and management for being an embarrassment to them on his Instagram page. And that's all we have for you at this time. Do ensure to follow us on social media, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtv.ng. You've been watching Spectrum News at 4. I am Uyai Anyekam. Thanks for watching and do enjoy the rest of your evening.